Back in the 70s, Ford launched an odd little car called the Fiesta. With time, it became very popular. On this edition of Test Drive, the North American version of the 7th generation Fiesta. Before the Fiesta debuted in 1976, there were more than 50 potential names for it, including Tempo. However, Henry Ford II decided the perky little runabout would be called Fiesta. Since the first car rolled off the assembly line, Ford has sold more than 12 million units worldwide. The 5-door hatchback tested here speaks to the fact that small cars can indeed be premium in nature. When Ford announced they were going to bring the Fiesta to North America, a lot of people, yours truly included, worried that the suspension would be softened and the handling would go west. Well, fear not, because this car is as good and as agile as its European counterpart. Certainly there was some work done to the suspension to accommodate our all-season tyres, but it really makes no difference whatsoever. While the front struts and rear twist beam is a fairly basic setup, the suspension delivers better than average road manners. On the ride side, the built-in compliance smooths the passage down a rough road. On the flip side, the impish Fiesta has a go-kart-like feel to it when it's driven quickly. Yes, there is a little body roll, and understeer is not too difficult to induce in spite of the 185 60R15 tyres. That said, the Fiesta has a remarkably poised feel for a small car, even when it's pushed through the pylons. The cabin of this Fiesta has been very well thought through. The materials are great, the seats are comfortable, the driving position is just about perfect, and you can get sync. Now that thing allows you to talk to a phone or an MP3 player, and it'll even read you your text messages. The highlight, however, is the center stack. It's compact, and yet everything is large enough to operate with a gloved hand. Now on that note, this is Canada, where it's known to get, well, a little chilly in winter. However, in Ford's world, they're going to charge you $350 for heating the seats and defrosting the outside mirrors. $350? Give me a break. Lift the hood and you'll find a 1.6-litre inline-4 that pushes 120 horsepower and 112 pound-feet of torque. When mated to the 5-speed manual transmission, the Fiesta trots its way to 100 km in 10 seconds, while the 80 to 120 passing move clocks in at 7.1 seconds. Neither time quickens one's pulse, but for the cut and thrust of everyday driving, the power is more than adequate. In fact, when pushed, the Fiesta actually feels almost sporty. The other upside is the distinct lack of thirst for fuel. I averaged 6.6 litres over a 2-week period in 2 different cars. Now that is very good. For a subcompact car, this Fiesta has a ton of space in the back end. To begin with, about 15 cubic feet of cargo space with the seat backs in the upright position. If you fold them down, that number grows to just shy of 35 cubic feet. There's also a hard privacy cover which keeps prying eyes off your valuables. Not everything, however, is as it should be. Whilst you can fold the seat back forward, it is anything but flat with the floor. As a result, a large box is left teeter-tottering on the seat back. When it comes to the Fiesta, the transmission of choice is the latest 6-speed twin-clutch manual gearbox. While the manual box features a light clutch and the right gear spacing, it pales in comparison to the twin-clutch transmission for 2 important reasons. First, it delivers fast, seamless shifts, and second, the extra gear makes much better use of the engine's power. This little Fiesta is a terrific car. It's got wonderful versatility in spite of my comments about the rear seat. It's got 2 great transmissions, ample power, very good fuel economy, and handling, well, it's almost without peer at this end of the market. What's the quibble? I just wish there was a little less nickel and diming.